Hello, everyone. I'm Mackenzie, and I'm the moderator for this debate. The ethical issue we will be discussing is whether telehealth technology threatens a education field, specifically the field of applied behavior analysis, otherwise known as ABA. Our debate is broken down into four subtopics, including normalcy, quality of life, societal and financial, and ethical. The group will discuss how telehealth technology affects each of those dimensions. Timothy's job is the stater. He will be introducing each subtopic and stating the position taken by the group. Singh's job is the prover. She will provide evidence for each subtopic that backs up each statement made by Timothy. Sadie's job is the attacker. Sadie will provide the opposing argument against the team, and she will provide evidence to support her points. At the end of each subtopic discussion, I will provide the counterargument against the attacker. The debate will last for approximately 30 to 45 minutes. Timothy, Singh, and Mackenzie believe that telehealth technology is beneficial to those conducting and receiving ABA services, while Sadie believes that telehealth technology is not beneficial to the field of ABA. As audience members, prior to the debate, are you for or against the use of telehealth technology in the field of ABA? After watching this debate, I want you to analyze how your opinion may be changed or strengthened. And now I will introduce Timothy for the first point, which is normalcy.
Hello, I am Timothy, and I am here to debate by shedding light on the new normal that telehealth has become since the world has turned upside down by the COVID-19 pandemic in 2019. The pandemic has affected vulnerable subpopulations such as those with a history of medical issues, individuals with disabilities, and other minority groups. So what is telehealth? Telehealth is a set of technologies that enable remote medical care in two ways. It builds communication between patients and physicians through phone calls, online video chats, or Zoom meetings. Telehealth has replaced in-person treatment as an efficient, convenient, and accessible alternative. It has increased people's quality of life and people's societal benefits. Telehealth with opportunities to seek healthcare when we were not able to seek medical care in person. It fits the ethical code of the healthcare system and has become the new normal for virtual synchronous care. Telehealth has the potential to become the start of Telehealth has the potential to become the start of care moving forward because it has benefited many individuals with different needs, such as adults with medical issues, children with disabilities, and many other populations. Telehealth has formed a new normal in the medical field.
Thank you, Timothy. Hi, I'm Singh, and I'm going to support Timothy's point of view. According to the research, telemedicine has become the new normal due to its unique benefits and ability to assist patients with different needs. From July to September of 2022, 11.53% of health visits were over video and 11.48% were over the phone. Psychiatry has reported the highest level of telehealth using at 98.3% of visits, followed by endocrinology at 64.9%. Figure 1 shows the volume of in-person videos and telehealth visits from December 29th, 2019 to October 3rd, 2020. Not only is telehealth becoming the new normal of physical patient care, but it has also become the new normal for parent-child interaction therapy. According to research, telehealth treatment for children with disruptive behavior can overcome multiple barriers that parents might face, such as transportations, available therapists. According to Emerson 2022, 20% of children in the United States who experience emotional and behavioral symptoms are getting treatments. However, about 80% of them never receive services due to barriers like transportation, stigmas related to treatment seeking, and children engaging in disruptive behaviors in public. To increase accessibility and reduce treatment barriers, parenting interventions have adopted telehealth delivery as their treatment choice for their children. On top of assisting children with behavior problems, telehealth is also becoming the new normal for population with disabilities. According to Friedman and Van Purek in 2021, during the COVID-19 pandemic, people with disabilities, ABS use telehealth to avoid health disparities they have already faced. The research conducted a weighted secondary analysis of United States Census Bureau data from April to July 2021. They found that 38,512 people with disabilities, 38.9% of them used telehealth during the second year of the pandemic, ranging from 39.8% of persons with hearing disabilities to 43.3% of people with disabilities. And telehealth is becoming the new normal due to its easy accessibility and effective achievements for both population with disabilities and non-disabilities. Thank you. Sadie, I think you're.
Yeah. Hello, Zing. You make excellent points to support the normalcy of telehealth, but I have to respectfully disagree. Telehealth may benefit people with access to interest in technology and a specific population in the United States. According to research, it finds that the most significant population using telehealth is the younger, white, higher income families, as well as mostly females. The research explained that despite the increased use of telehealth, older adults experience high barriers to access to telehealth compared to younger adults. Barriers exist for older adults in connecting with their healthcare team through telehealth, specifically video visits. The obstacles they face are hearing difficulties, inability to understand/use the video platforms, language barriers, and just lack of the desire to see the provider virtually. Telehealth could not only cause barriers for the older generation, but it could also affect the quality of service that children with disabilities receive. According to the research, telehealth could be inferior in communication efficiency between clinicians and clients. It could cause a lack of rapport between clinicians and clients. Without rapport building, treating clients with non-compliant behaviors could be really challenging. Another disadvantage of telehealth is that it is similar to the older generations using technology. A heavy reliance on telehealth may make it difficult for families to access it. They surveyed caregivers of children with neurodevelopmental genetic conditions during the pandemic and found that only 30 to 60% of caregivers would continue using telehealth treatments.
Zing provided an excellent backup on the percentage of the population using telehealth during the pandemic and has shown the effectiveness of telehealth treatment for children with non-compliant behavior. She's proven that telehealth breaks the barriers for patients to receive services and emphasizes the importance of children receiving services. Sadie did a great job proving that telehealth is not for every generation. Older generations and lower income families may experience barriers to using technologies or may not have access to technologies. Non-compliance behavior therapy through telehealth may be ineffective due to unbuilt rapport. However, using percentages and data backing this up, Zing has proven that telehealth overcomes barriers to accessing healthcare. It has been proven that telehealth is an effective treatment for children with non-compliant behaviors. Sadie, please do more research to back up your points. And then our next point is quality of life, and Timothy will be starting us off with that.
All right. The second point we'll discuss is how telehealth technology affects the quality of life for our clients and their families. Telehealth is useful for both diagnosis and treatment of autism spectrum disorders, otherwise known as ASD. Telehealth is a method that delivers ABA services easily and effectively. Telehealth offers remote diagnostic services, a continuous method for caregivers to be involved in ABA services, and continuous services for children who have autism. Telehealth improves access to ABA services, which in turn improves our clients' quality of life when they are receiving services that might not have otherwise been available to them, such as families in remote or rural areas. These digital services allow clients and their caregivers to increase the client's skill acquisition and learn how to manage problem behaviors. Parent training is necessary for ensuring that clients have consistency in every environment so that they are able to generalize and maintain their skills. Telehealth parent training ensures that all parents are able to attend parent training regardless of their ability to conduct in-person training and is a cost-effective method.
Thank you, Timothy. I will be backing up Timothy's point of view. Telehealth technology bridges the gap between the needs for services and the inability to receive services. Empirically, support interventions can be difficult to assess due to long wait lists and the lack of available ABA providers, particularly in rural of understanding communities. Telehealth is an effective method for reducing challenging behaviors and increase functional communication skills. In a study conducted by Norgard 2020, researchers conducted a literature review of studies that compared telehealth interventions and treatments with face-to-face interventions and treatments as well as control groups. The review suggested that intermittent medicated telehealth ASD interventions has positively outcomes for both intermenters and the clients. Looking at behavior reduction, Merrill and colleges used the home station questionnaires to assess the severity of dispute and non-compliant child behavior as reported by parents. Parents in the tele-assisted group reported a significant decrease in their children's disruptive behavior. Furthermore, trials compared telehealth intervention with control groups show that telehealth intervention were more effective, which shows that telehealth can be effective method to train implemented how to utilize telehealth based on interventions. 3 studies report that intermenters, therapists, parent, and receptively in telehealth and in-person group both made significant gains in the facility, with no difference improvement between groups. Various studies utilized telehealth have focused on making parents competing, showing them how to conduct functional analysis on their children's problem behaviors, and teaching them to utilize functional communication techniques. Results have shown that when parents receive direct training from the behavior analysis, parents are able to reduce problem behavior in their children with a peak reduction greater than 90%, and they are able to successfully increase their children's social communication skills. Research conducted a survey from November of 2020 to April 2021, spanning across from 32 United States, with a total of 1,304 total caregiver response. The researchers' goal was assess the quality of life, social value of ABA services that a family receive. There were 7 measures of quality of life, and parents were asked to respond on a 5-point likely scale. 1 was strong disagree, 5 was strongly agree. Caregiver reported that their families benefit from telehealth ABA services. Most items had a mean greater than 4.0, 17 items, which only 6 items received a mean roll of 4.0. That item QOL7, I feel like I have a good relationship with my children, receiving the highest mean score of 44.44. Thank you.
Thank you, Zing. You provided excellent information about the effectiveness of telehealth-based ABA interventions. However, most telehealth interventions are based on single-subject research designs. Single-subject designs can be useful to test initial intervention efficacy and can demonstrate the intervention's effectiveness and generalizability when the intervention is replicated. However, single-subject designs are limited by their small sample sizes. In order to understand which telehealth interventions are effective, for whom they are effective, and to see what outcomes they produce, researchers must assign group designs. There are studies that have compared group designs to single subject designs, but there are more single subject designs than group designs, with group designs only representing 28% of studies. Blackman conducted a study comparing an in-person group, a telehealth group, and a control group to compare the outcomes of ABA interventions. There was a significant difference in the in-person condition and telehealth condition, with the parents in the in-person condition showing greater gains. Shire in 2020 conducted a study comparing telehealth training of interventions to in-person training interventions using Jasper. Jasper is a module treatment that utilizes complex intervention strategies requiring that therapists understand the developmental progression of their children's play and language, as well as balance joint engagement and regulation. Children who had therapists trained in person made greater improvements in play types than children who had therapists that were trained via telehealth. Thank you.
Sadie, I see your concern that most telehealth-based studies were conducted on single subjects. The study conducted by Blackman provided the telehealth group with training video modules, while the in-person group had access to an in-person trainer. This could explain why the parents in the in-person group had better outcomes than the parents in the telehealth group. However, various studies have shown that treatment fidelity in telehealth-based interventions is high, such as the interventions utilized in the studies by Howe, Shire, and Vismara reported that implementers in telehealth and in-person groups both made significant gains in fidelity, with no differences in improvement between the groups. In the study conducted by Shire et al., there may be specific components of the Jasper Play model that are better taught face-to-face because the skills can be taught in real time. Further research should be conducted to assess outcomes for both implementers and children. However, multiple studies have shown that telehealth can significantly reduce the exhibition of challenging behaviors and improve functional communication skills, such as the studies conducted by Danaker et al. 2023. Parents have successfully been taught to implement functional analyses and improve their child's social communication skills. In turn, caregivers having the ability to reduce challenging behaviors and increase functional and social communication skills in their children increases the quality of life for the family as a whole. Additionally, the survey conducted by No Healthy showed that most caregivers reported that telehealth ABA interventions were overall beneficial to their quality of life. And our next point is societal and financial. And we'll start off with Timothy.
Hi. So the next point we want to present today is the societal and financial aspect. We're going to our argument is that the financial strain that regular in-person ABA the ABA therapy system applied behavioral analysis therapy is very expensive to most families and is not always covered by the insurance the family possesses. The key to making progress during ABA therapy is early and consistent treatment, but if the family cannot afford it, this is hard to do. The point we are going to argue here in terms of the financial is that if done properly, telehealth ABA can be cheaper while being just as effective in person or in home therapy. Telehealth allows ABA to have reduced costs due to the child not having to pay the fee for being in the clinic, as well as the client needing the help from less staff. Another issue could be some families only own one vehicle, making them needing the car for work.
Thank you, Timothy, for introducing us to this point. I would like to address a study that supported our standpoint for telehealth could be more financially acceptable. And the study chosen, there were 3 groups. Group 1 was in home therapy, Group 2 who was in clinic, and Group 3 who were in telehealth. Group 2 and Group 3 had 100% diagnosed rate of ASD, while Group 1 only had 30%. They were all met the same behavior requirements, neither did FA or FCT treatments. Parents of telehealth group clients were given all the needs materials such as laptops, cameras, microphones to use at no cost to them if they did not have them. If the family also need Wi-Fi, and that is also paid for. This makes it more likely for the family to be more affordable to the therapy that children needs due to not having to pay extra money just to participate in something they already paid for. In this study, telehealth has the highest reduction in behavior of 97.27%, followed by in-home at 91%. Telehealth had a 76 increase in men, while in-home had a 78%. Telehealth had the best increase in task competition at 61%, followed by in-home at 51%. Telehealth for FA and FCT ABA treatments with a cost of $150 weekly, and home was $270 weekly, while in clinic was $210. For the above point showing that telehealth is just as if or more effective, as well as at least $60 cheaper in a week. Now to continue on this with issue, our family potential only having one car, according to Forbes as of this year's, only 37% of Americans reported having 2 cars at home or having access to 2 cars. This may consistent getting the This may consistently getting the clients out of home to a therapy harder. ABA therapy is still a growing form of therapy, meaning centers tend to have to be a further away from clients' home. If a family struggles financially, this means gas could be an issue for the clinic. As of 2024, the average gas price per gallon in the United States is $3.47. This cost could prohibit clients from coming and being in home until this is fixed. Thank you.
Thank you. I see your point on believing this will solve the issue with finances, and in some ways it could. But with that being said, not all clients will be offered the same resources that this clinic offered. It is simply based on the clinic that you're closest to. You're saying the clinic provided Wi-Fi, computers, cameras, and all materials that is entirely based off the specific facility. So for some families, paying for Wi-Fi or for a computer, as well as the other resources needed for FCT and all other types of ABA, could also be unaffordable for the family. Even one of the cheapest computers you can buy is still a couple $100s, and those may not have the cameras or the full equipment needed. Moving on to the issue of having one car, this could be solved with the client receiving in-home therapy, since the family would not need to drive. While I understand and respect your points, I do see ways this could not solve the issue for everybody involved.
Thank you, Sadie, for those points. And I see what you're saying, but we will still stand by our point that telehealth is beneficial and could potentially help bridge the cost issue in ABA therapy. Yes, all clinics will handle the situation differently, but in the field of ABA, case managers help clients and families gain resources to things they need, such as technological resources, as well as things for the home. Telehealth offers more ways to save money than it does to spend it. It could save at least $240 a month on therapy. A small portion of this could go to obtaining resources if community help is not available. And our next point is ethical. Timothy will be starting us off with that.
Hi. So our last point I want to cover is the overall ethical parts of telehealth and how they align with the BCBA ethics code. As we mentioned earlier, COVID-19 changed the need for telehealth in ways that have had lasting ramifications. We talked about normalcy in the pandemic. We also established that telehealth has become a standard in thus delivering unethical code 3.14 concerning the continuity of care. However, in order for us to say we are fully providing ethical treatment, we must provide evidence that the care for telehealth is evidence-based and effective. Ethics Code 2.01 demands that we provide treatment that is effective. In addition to our responsibility to our clients, BCBAs have a responsibility to their supervisees, as outlined in Section 4 of the Ethics Code. Not only does telehealth allow for BCBAs to provide supervision within our post-COVID new normal world, but it also allows us to provide supervision to RBTs in a more efficient ways, such as when they are in home or in the community with a client. What we would like to argue here is that looking into the literature that is coming out since telehealth has taken off, we can begin to see that it is establishing itself as an evidence-based practice, allowing us to provide an effective continuity of care in circumstances that were previously unavailable in ways that are beneficial to our clients and our supervisees.
Thank you, Timothy. Elaborating on our arguments, the health is an effective evidence-based practice. We can look at a couple of studies. This first one is from Ferguson in 2020 during a COVID-19 pandemic. And this study demonstrated skill acquisition during DTT sessions with clients through Zoom. The children in this study had all ASD and were given skill acquisition DTT task through telehealth method. The graph presents show that progress made by the participants of trials and demonstrates their skill acquisitions. Research in 2022 further demonstrated the effectiveness of skill acquisitions both out of the data and showed demonstrated skill acquisitions during natural environment teaching. They conducted a study in home of individual with text delivery services and caregiving assistance. They also show effective of telehealth in the skill demands of adaptive language and social. Throughout the treatment of their clients, all the clients met their skill mastery criteria, and many were shown to continue the demonstrated skill of post-treatment. In addition, The study of effectiveness across English and Spanish-speaking households across 4 different ethnicities with a mix of male and female participants across several age ranges. The slide on the screen shows a more thorough breakdown of participants. I want to highlight this as it demonstrates effectiveness of telehealth with a diverse range of individuals. The last study I want to bring up to demonstrate the effectiveness of telehealth in the reduction of challenging behaviors, as we cannot call it effective ethical treatment if we cannot demonstrate effective evidence of being used to provide interventions in the interfering behaviors. As mentioned earlier, when we were discussing quality of life, we can partnership involvements which help us to meet our overall ethical commitments to the client and the stakeholder. In research conducted in 2022, conducted a study involved parent of children age 8 to 15 through telehealth services with a BCBA who was located on average 30 miles away from the family. By coordinating with the stakeholder to establish a goal and behavior plan to help create functional communication with their children. Through the BCBA training, the family were able to see a reduction in challenging behaviors. Graphs from this study were shown on the next slide to highlight the effectiveness. Also, through telehealth, the BCBA were able to create goals that were socially valid by meeting with the parents and coordinating with them to create goals. Though also helping us to apply social relevant treatment strategy to these families. It also mentioned that in this study that a family were located in the geographic area without much availability of services. Telehealth creates a venue of families that might not be able to receive services and ability to access to telehealth and ABA. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Well, you have shown that telehealth can meet its ethical requirements as an evidence-based treatment that can benefit the client. There are 2 areas of concern I have with it being fully ethical. My first concern involves ethics codes 2.03 and 2.05, involving the protection of client data. With data being recorded and stored on electronic devices and client and stakeholders' communication and receiving treatment through these methods, how can we ensure we are fulfilling our duties in that way? A review of legal issues in medicine as a whole, including behavior interventions, brought up that a common issue in this field, in all fields, but especially in this field, is how client privacy is protected. The other concern I have with your initial argument, while you have demonstrated telehealth's effectiveness for your clients, you have failed to prove it aligns with our duty to our supervisees. The research conducted a survey about barriers to providing supervision. I have included a visual that will be shown on the PowerPoint of their results, but I want to highlight that only 8.7% of participants stated they had not experienced any telehealth barriers with supervisees, meaning over 90% have. Thank you.
Thank you, Sadie. Those are very good points. To address our ethical duties concerning client privacy, while it falls under each BCBA and service provider to make sure they are following all guidelines given to them to follow technological first practices, there are precautions in place to protect the extra security issues that telehealth provides. When reading the studies concerning telehealth, you will often see specified what platform is being used, such as Zoom or Teams, and that the software is HIPAA compliant. The reason being is that the parent companies of those applications have business agreements with HIPAA and maintain criteria such as encryption of data to help maintain security, as well as having place guards set up to protect the software from any data breach. When it comes to the practitioners, research developed a 49-question self-assessment that anyone providing telehealth can go through to ensure they are protecting confidential information. The questions range from tasks such as making sure the technology used has the latest antivirus software so you are able to erase data remotely in case of theft of technology. Most of the faults of failing to protect confidentiality are a result of practitioner error rather than the technology itself. As far as your concerns about our ethical duties to supervisees, we will have to concede and withdraw the statement. As you mentioned, the current empirical evidence for effective supervision is not currently available because it has not been conducted yet. As you know, it would be unethical for us to say it is effective for supervision, but there is a possibility that the call to research that Sumpalia, Thomas, and Broadhead made can successfully be a pathway to future research that could potentially show telehealth supervision being effective. That concludes our argument. Telehealth technology is the new normal and it is an effective tool for providing access to families of all needs. Our group acknowledges that there are cons to telehealth, such as the lack of technology for some people, the use of single subject research and quality of life studies, lack of clinical resources, and ethical concerns due to the lack of protection of client data. However, there are pros of telehealth technology that outweigh the cons and benefits of the field of ABA. Telehealth technology improves the quality of life for families and clients by helping them gain social and communication skills, as well as reducing maladaptive behaviors. Telehealth is a more cost-effective method that accommodates families of various financial and societal statuses. Telehealth allows practitioners to ethically provide services to clients, as well as supervision to RBTs. Thank you all for listening to our debate. Did we change your opinion about the use of telehealth? Please feel free to ask us any questions, and I hope you all have a great day. And these are our resources.